Good Monday morning, everyone. It is the day after Easter. It is a beautiful spring day. We've got the bees buzzing and the hummingbirds humming and what?
In my ear.
Yeah, there's just all kinds of stuff going on. It's just finally we got some really nice weather out here. Had a great weekend with our kids for Easter. I hope you guys all had a great Easter weekend and understand what hope for those of you Christians know what it's pretty much the biggest weekend of the year for us. So hope you guys had a great time. So let's get into the questions this morning. First question is, and this is actually one that I get, probably 3-4 times a month. It's about how to interpret artwork and what to carve inset, what to carve outset, that kind of thing. This is a subject that I really used to drive me nuts because I would look at a piece of artwork and try and visualize how it was going to look when it was carved, and it would just drive me crazy. Do I do it inset, outset? What lines do I use? So I printed out an example of a piece of artwork, and I've kind of adopted a certain rule, or kind of a general rule. Actually, it can be, I guess it can be tweaked a little bit here and there. Sorry if the wind is kind of messing with the mic, guys, but it's so nice out here. I just didn't want to be inside. Just beautiful out here. So here's the artwork that I printed out. And this will give you kind of this is just something I found on Google. I just printed it out. But if I was going to carve this,
There comes the wind.
yeah, here comes the wind. I guess I talked it into being. If I was going to carve this, guys, I wouldn't try and think about what I was going to do inset and what I was going to do outset. And I've kind of mentioned this maybe in the past, but I've kind of adopted the rule. If it's black, I carve it away. If it's white, it's going to be wood. It's going to be outset. So if I was carving this, everything that you see is black, I would be carving that away, and everything that is wood, I would be leaving that outset. And there's a couple different reasons. The biggest reason is simplicity, because then I don't have to really postulate over it and think about it and analyze it. If it's black, it's carved away. If it's light, it's wood. And then the other reason is the fact that if I like the way this artwork looks, then why would I alter it? Why would I change it? Because in essence, if I like the way it looks, and generally if you find it, somebody spent the time to make it and make it attractive. If I like the way it looks, then I want this translated into wood. So black carved away, wood is, whatever's white is wood. Anyway, if you go by that rule, that's what I've been doing about the last 5 years. I've been kind of going by that rule, and it's really simplified my life. That's not always absolutely cut in stone, but it's really a good general rule that it works well for me. You guys can do what you want, but it works well for me. All right. Hope that helps and kind of clears that up. Second question is kind of along the same lines, but a little bit different. This is from my buddy over in Sweden, Morgan, but I get this question quite a bit as well. I have a question. The Sharpie pen you use to fix the high spots, what kind is it? Well, and he's in Sweden, so I'm not sure what they have over there. But the one I use most is the Sharpie, and that's the brand. It's a Sharpie brand. But I have other ones. I've used the Bic brand. I have used, this is a brand that, just a cheap Walmart brand, I think, that I just did. I used the brown. You guys will see that soon. I did that on a collaboration, but this is just pen gear. So it, and then you guys have seen me use this, the colored pens. So basically, whatever kind of felt pen I can get, I use a Sharpie most because we buy those by the dozen. But here's the thing: is it's not so depending on what pen you're using. Now, the reason he asked, and he goes on to say that he's using with the black that he's using, and he's using a black primer. The Sharpie points, they come out shiny, whereas the black primer is kind of a matte, kind of a flat color, and so it shows up. Well, the whole point is, guys, you want to have, and this is something that is really common with brand new carvers is you're not carving deep enough, so you have tons of high spots. The whole point is, my goal is not to have any high spots at all. I don't want any high spots. So after I get done carving a sign, for instance, on this sign here, and I've showed this many times, this is one that's years old. You know, back in here, I try not to get any high spots at all. That's the whole goal. You only want to have to use a Sharpie on maybe 1 or 2 or 3 little places. And so if you only have that, just 1 or 2 3 little places, then it won't show up. But if half of the board is a high spot, then you're going to have half, you know, it's going to show up a lot more. So the whole goal is not to have a lot of high spots. So that's what you want to look for. So that being said, after I carve a sign, before I do any spraying, I spend a lot of time with these 2 tools in my hand. This to take off the high spots. Are we losing papers? I hear, yeah. I still got them, I think. But I might have, anyway, yeah. So I spent a lot of time with these before I ever spray my black. So I brush the heck out of it, and I look at it and look at it from like a parallel. I look at it this way, and I run my hand over it looking for high spots and take them down before I ever spray. So that's the whole point. If you do that, and the more signs you carve, you'll go a little bit deeper so that you won't have so many chances for high spots. But again, spend the time with your stuff is moving across the table. Spend the time with this and this before you spray your black, and that will eliminate your ultimate goal is not to have any high spots at all. So if you have that in mind, that you really spend the time and look for those high spots and get rid of them before you ever spray black, you know, a single Sharpie should last you for a year if it doesn't dry out. Okay, so that's whether you're using the primer or the ink. And you guys know I don't use spray paint. I use either the spray ink or the Rust-Oleum primer. So I hope that helps. But that's really what you want to do, guys. Get rid of those high spots. You just don't want them.
Here comes the wind.
Yeah, now it's really coming. Wow. I'm going to try and cover my mic. I need one of those. Yeah, it does. It feels really good. All right, let's get this before we get blown away here. Sign carvers of the day, guys. So we have, oh man, wow. I'm so sorry, guys. It wasn't blowing like this when we started, before we started this. So, but unfortunately, you guys know we don't edit. So,
we do live in the desert.
Yeah.
There's
So,
the wind.
yeah, it's a nice breeze today. All right, Preston Eichmann. I didn't write it down, but this may be one of his first signs. So it's a big round. Huh?
Is that him?
And I don't know if that's him or not, honestly. I don't. I really don't know. But he did a great job. Really a neat font. Very simple, but looks good. I like it. Good job, Sean. Or, excuse me, Preston. All right, and next one is another very first sign, which is pretty incredible. David Martin from Australia. Check this out. Did I write what kind of car it is? I think it's an old Impala. That's what it looks like to me. An old Chevy Impala, probably mid-60s maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Let's see if I can get close enough. That's it. Great job.
Good job, David. Excellent work. For your first sign, it's pretty amazing. And I have some other pictures from him now. So keep sending those pictures, guys. We're going to have to do, I haven't showed you the stack lately, babe, but we got a huge stack. So we're going to have to do another big episode.
Wednesday.
Huh?
Maybe we'll do it Wednesday.
Maybe we'll do it Wednesday. But we'll do it soon because we got another big stack of sign carvers of the day.
Maybe we'll do a ladies one if we can do ladies.
Yeah, you know, that's what we talked about that the other day. So if you ladies, Vicky is now kind of separating the ladies, and I think we might do pretty soon. We might do a Sign Carvers of the Day, a big group of all just ladies. So ladies, get your pictures in to me or Vicky, and we're gonna have a special one just on ladies, and then maybe in the future we might do a kids.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool too. Kind of something a little bit different. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. So we will,
LTS.
Oh yeah, LTS. Don't forget. I don't know what day of the month, but last Saturday of the month is going to be the LTS. So stay tuned. We'll talk more about that. We're getting great response on the nautical set that we just came out with that we talked about. Was that Friday's video? Last Friday's video or Wednesday's? I don't know. Anyway. If you have any questions, anything we can help with, let us know. Thanks again, guys, for all the support and the likes and the subscribes, and we really appreciate it. And all the shares, we really appreciate it. So if you haven't subscribed yet, remember, hit that little subscribe button and then that little bell icon so you'll get notified when we put out a new video. If you don't do that, then you have to just keep checking the channel, but you'll get notified if you click that little notification button, that little bell. Anyway, guys, have a great week. We will see you in a couple days on Wednesday. Bye-bye.